Hey, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash, Barakathum. Call all Yah Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Say double honor to our apostles / elders with your GMS and blessings and salutations to your brothers out there teaching and doing truth and sincerity. I wanted to do this quick lesson on it's titled "Do We or Do We Not Face the East?" Because in the scriptures, all right, we're gonna get something. All right, see here. It's like it. I had the scripture, but it's just can't. I gotta sift through it. All right. See, I'm just gonna get it. You know. And this is just Second Timothy 2:15 says, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. The workman need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." And that word which is important is divide. You know, something that the brothers put me on to. Going into that word, it says to cut straight ways, to proceed on straight paths, hold a straight course, equivalent to doing right, to make straight and smooth, to handle aright, to teach the truth directly and correctly. So, you know, that word divide is not, you know, split from this way to this way, but it does clear up things that seem like it's this way and that way. You know what I'm saying? It makes it smooth. It makes it directly and correctly. It's like people say, oh, that's your interpretation. You know, when you rightly divide the word of truth, it gives you the ability to directly and correctly say, nah, this is why it says this over here, and this is why I say that over there. And it goes based off the definition of context. All right, and the definition of context, which I bring out a lot, is a noun. It says the parts of a written or spoken statement, which is praying toward the east. That's the part of a written a statement preceded or followed by followed by a specific word or passage. So I got that wrong. It says the parts of a written or spoken statement preceded or followed by a specific word or passage. So facing in east, you know, or praying in east would be those. You know, it says usually influencing its meaning or effect. So the context is basically the specific word of passage is praying toward the east, right? That's the specific word of passage. The parts of a written or spoken statement preceded or followed by that word, usually influencing its effect, okay, or effect. So if I face the east, all right, now the context is where am I located? We're in the western hemisphere of the earth, all right? So when I face the east, with that context, it tells you what I am doing. But if you take things out of context and you just say, oh, you're facing the east and not really going into what is going on, then you fall into see here what scripture says let's see here. In Ecclesiasticus, it says 11:17, it says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. First off, with anybody, with anything, if you study properly, then you already have a good foundation on things. But if you're kind of in the wind or you never heard of this, you're supposed to go look it up and see what that person's talking about before you go off your traditions of men and say, oh, no, that's sun worship. Oh. You know what I'm saying? And then you pull out the first thing that you see that is relative to it instead of saying, you know, why did this person say that? You know, let me look it up. You know, it says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth and understand first and then rebuke. Understand first why a person such as myself, because I came across a situation where I told him I faced the east and he brung this scripture out on me. attempting to cut me, right? Uh, let's see here. I think it's Ezekiel 8:15. It says, "Then said he unto me, Thou hast seen this, O son of man." It is Ezekiel 8:15, by the way. Thou, O son of man, turn ye yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple, the Lord at the door of the temple, that's context, the Lord between the porch and the altar were about 5 and 20 men with their backs toward the temple of the Lord. That's the context, surrounding information, providing or influencing its meaning, right? Or effect. And their faces toward the east. So that is the subject matter, the face facing the east. The context is the backs toward the temple, the inner court, right? And they worship the sun toward the east. So you can't sit there and say east, east, east. You have to go within the context of the situation. It says, then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger. Lo, they put the branch to their nose. So now, if you know, we are not in the East. America is considered the Western Hemisphere. I know it's backwards, Salakia, but America is considered the Western Hemisphere. You understand? So once you deal with that context, the scripture in 2 Chronicles 6:38-39 says, if they return to thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of where? Their captivity, Babylon, which is also known as Egypt. Egypt is known as the house of bondage, which is our land of captivity, context clue number 1, right? Whither they have carried them captive and prayed toward their land. We're in the Western Hemisphere. Where's our land? It's in the East, right? Which thou gavest unto their fathers, and toward the city which thou hast chosen, and toward the house which I have built for thy name, which is the temple where Solomon was, right? Then hear thou from the heavens, even from thy dwelling place, their prayer and their supplications, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people which have sinned against thee. So you would want to face the east, because the Lord will hear your prayers. He's basically saying face the city. You can't sit here and once you read this, now you got to face the east, right? So at the end of the day, context is important. You can't just go and people play semantics. People use flashpoints and hot words to demonize you. And if you're smart, then you would not just sit there and say, like they say, oh, GMS rape babies. Like they just no, we speak on the rape doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they rape baby little girls. Ask them about the rape doctrine. Then we explain, like, see, they rape babies. No, man, it's just you use rape baby as a hot point, which is the subject matter, but you took it totally out of context. We don't do nothing to little kids, man. We don't do nothing. We ain't no R. Kellys around here, man. All right? We do things, especially in this land, we do things according to the laws of the land. All right? Now, is there a law about rape? There is a law about rape. Just like Esau has a law about rape. Nobody get mad at him because they like his execution of judgment when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Which is still not a just assessment, because you had a dude that raped a chick and he didn't get no jail time. He just got considered a rapist and put on a rape list, and he got let go. You know, y'all just like, yeah, he's a rapist. You know, and just put him on a rape list, and he never got any time, never lost any funds. You know, he never lost any accreditation because he's already rich. You know, so y'all don't get mad at Esau's judgment on rape, but y'all get mad at the Most High's judgment on rape. That's all that is. But that's neither here nor there. That's just an example. Y'all just like don't like the Lord. It's just simple and plain. You know what I'm saying? So with that situation, everything must be taken into context. And in 1 Thessalonians 5:21, above all things, you should remember, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. You know what I'm saying? You know, prove that I'm facing the sun. You know, after a scripture like that is read. You know, so when you're edifying and building in this truth, it's a discussion. You know what I'm saying? If you're really about the Lord and you're really serious about the Lord, you discuss things. You know what I'm saying? And you sift through the scriptures, just like the church of Berea. You know, if somebody can't just come up and tell you, and then that's what it is. Or you got to get out that form of traditions of men, where they, this is how we do it, this is how we always did it, and this is how we always did it. Somebody bring you a scripture saying this is how you're supposed to do it. When somebody bring it to you, like, oh, okay, you go home and research it. You go look through the scriptures. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, hell no, you tripping. Oh, okay, I see your point. Right? You don't just be presumptuous and just wing it because it's going against what you're used to, or you don't like it, or your leader says it's not right. You know, you're supposed to always go through the scriptures. Our leaders tell us. He tells us, Apostle Hall on down tells us, don't just listen to what we say, go and research it, man. Your leadership always influence you to research something, not just tell you something without understanding the whole matter. That's what counsel's for. So I just wanted to bring that out. Ain't nothing too big. Just edifying that why we face the east. You know, we're basically facing the city, we're facing the temple. If I was in Russia, I would be facing west. You know what I'm saying? If I was in South Africa, I'd be facing north. All right? That's why we're facing the east right now. All right? So with that being said, I say call all to y'all by Shemi Ashai, by Shema Kakadash, Brakathum, and Shalom.